If you like science fiction or films that make you think, I have a suggestion for you. Carl Sagan was an astronomer and planetary scientist, and reading his books, especially Cosmos, inspired me to become a science communicator. Carl mostly wrote non-fiction books, but he also wrote a science fiction book called Contact. And the film adaptation of this book, which was released in 1997, has always been one of my favourites. In Contact, Dr. Eleanor, or Ellie Arroway, is played by Jodie Foster, and she's an astrophysicist who is very disciplined. She only trusts what can be observed, measured, and proven. And she has a whole backstory about why she develops a passion for radio astronomy. Without giving spoilers, it's about humanity's first confirmed contact with extraterrestrial intelligence, but it's not a flashy alien invasion story. Ellie spends her adult life looking for signals from aliens, and in the book and film, we see her having ongoing debates with a philosopher, Palmer Joss, who is played by Matthew McConaughey. Palmer is a spiritual person with a very philosophical perspective on life, and he challenges Ellie by questioning the limits of empirical science and argues in favour of what he believes to be the necessity of faith. And something I really like about the film is that their conversations aren't framed as one person being right and the other person being wrong. They're shown to have two fundamentally different ways of understanding reality and being willing to discuss and debate them. And both the book and the film do cover the basic science involving radio signals, data analysis, planetary science, and the slow, methodical process of verification. But alongside this, it also tackles one of the biggest questions, and I love how it treats science and skepticism. In my view, that's hands down the best sort of sci-fi, the kind that makes you wonder and question and reevaluate. Ellie is a character who's always looked for and even relied on that certainty. After her experience of possibly making contact, she's thrown into a conundrum, so are the readers or viewers, because we have to decide whether we believe her experience was real. And I like that the film and the book don't lead you either way. They don't give you a solid answer, they just leave you sitting with the same uncertainty that Ellie's character feels. Carl Sagan was really one of a kind in the way he communicated science. He was an extraordinarily clever man, but I admired him most of all because he never belittled or looked down on people. To the extent that he made one of the first TV series communicating science using storytelling, while some other scientists were against that TV show airing because they saw it as dumbing down or oversimplifying science. Even though Contact was published in 1985, the issues it explores around faith and science are still topics that we debate today. And just to be clear, I say this as a non-religious person, I do not believe that God exists, but I do believe that there are some things that we can't know with certainty and that we need to be collectively mature in the way that we approach the gap between empirical evidence and spiritual belief. So I've watched Contact many times. It's one of my favourite book adaptations and well worth a watch. So keep exploring, never stop learning, and keep asking questions.